What's going on, guys? It's King Joker here, and oh my gosh, you would not believe the surprise on my face when I woke up this morning and I got on Twitter and I see Nick All-Star Brawl 2 is actually real. When those leaks was coming out, I was like, yeah, this shit fake, bro. There's no way they're working on this game after how horrible it did. I was flabbergasted. But here we are. The second game is releasing. It's looking kind of good too. It's looking like an overall upgrade to the game, and I'm all for it. Kind of. I'm probably not gonna buy the game, but let's just go ahead and go over some stuff that's new to the game. First of all, obviously, the main attraction of a fighting game: new characters. You know what I'm saying? They got Squidward to start off the trailer. I love how they did the him looking out the window meme. That was funny. That Nick knows the comedy, okay? Nick knows the comedy. That's hilarious. They also got my boy Jimmy Neutron in there. Yes, sir. Should have been a part of the base roster, honestly. It's unfortunate that he wasn't in the first game, but he's here now to show y'all who's boss. And we got Donnie and Raph also finishing off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, because it was kind of awkward in the first game only having two of them and then also having April. But it is what it is. So I think those are the only confirmed new characters. They also got the Libre cat thing. I didn't watch that show. They also have that character has also been leaked, so they're probably coming in the future of the game. Also, we got new character designs. Look at this sick picture. This is past April O'Neil, and now this is the second game's April O'Neil, and every character looks like they just got a design revamp. This game might be running on Unreal Engine 5. I hope so, because these graphics look amazing. And that's also probably going to help out with netcode, which is a big problem that the first game had. And also seems like they're having a story mode, which is, I'm interested in it. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be something small. Might have some voice acting, because it looks like it's going to be SpongeBob at the beginning, which makes sense, because he's like the star of Nickelodeon. But I'm hoping it's gonna be good. Now, taking a look at all this stuff, we gotta make sure that we don't forget about the first game. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly analyze what went wrong about Nick All-Stars Brawl 1. First thing I gotta get into the netcode, okay? Because that stuff was abysmal. I didn't play the game until it was free for PlayStation Plus, so you would assume it would have been fixed by then. It wasn't. It was still trash, even when I played it. And that's crazy that you can go that long with the game having such bad netcode. Me over here being a multiversus player, but still. People paid $60 for that game. Multiversus was free. You gotta give people their money's worth. Speaking of money's worth, the roster was alright. It was an okay roster. You know what I'm saying? What I really want to talk about is the DLC layout, because for some reason the game came out, then Shredder and Garfield came out as characters later in the game, so everybody thought, okay, we're just gonna get free characters then. But then they just had a DLC roster as well, which I'm like, why did they give us Shredder and Garfield for free if they were just gonna make us pay for other characters? And the characters that they put out as DLC weren't that good. If I'm being honest, they put Jimmy's dad in the game before they put Jimmy. Because, oh, gotta do it for the memes. Like Nigel Thornberry being in the game, where I'm like, Nigel Thornberry wasn't even funny. So they thought the joke was gonna be funny the second time. And I'm just like, nah, Nick, you can't just be doing this, bro. Thankfully, they redeemed themselves by putting Jimmy in this game, but having Nigel Thornberry as a DLC character was for sure not the move. So the DLC layout was just weird, okay? And, there was a lot of stuff bad. They didn't have voice acting for like the first year of the game being out. They didn't have an items mode. It was just a mess. And it looks like they're fixing all those problems in Nick All-Stars Brawl 2. So I hope that everything is good. But knowing I almost said the N-word. Knowing these nitpickers, they're going to find something wrong when the game comes out. But what I'm most worried about is who else is coming to the game, because there's no way they're going to relaunch a new game with only 4 characters. We're going to get more announced characters later. So here are my top 5 characters that I want in Nick All-Star Brawl 2. So I'm just going to start it off simple. I'm going to start with the Avatar: The Last Airbender characters. Now, in Nick All-Star Brawl 1, they picked a good list for Avatar. Only 3 characters. They got Aang, Toph, obviously, she's a fan favorite. Kind of mad she didn't have any metal bending moves, but it was still good. And then there was Korra. Now, something that they messed up with is that Korra and Aang were in the game, but Korra had more Avatar-like moves than Aang. Aang was mostly airbending, so I would mostly lean toward Korra more than Aang because she was more like an actual Avatar, and Aang was really just airbending, except for that one spear move that he had. But besides that, he was basically just an airbender. Now, as they said in the trailer that a lot of characters are going to get their movesets changed, I hope one of those characters is Aang, so he can actually like have an Avatar like fighting style, and it could be different from Korra's. Korra's is obviously more aggressive. She's a more aggressive person than Aang. She's a more aggressive Avatar, and Aang's can be more defensive, can be more passive, can be more projectile based, stuff like that, until he goes into Avatar state thing, which I hope they figure out some way to actually put Avatar state in. But since they do that, if they do change that, if they do change that about Aang and make him more of an Avatar, I'd want a replacement airbender. And we don't have a villain for Legend of Korra, so put Zahir in the game, bro. They need to put Zahir in the game immediately. Zahir would go so cold, bro. He would play like Aang, but a lot more aggressive. He would play like Korra, but if she was specifically an airbender. You see what I'm trying to say? Zahir would just be so aggressive. They could give him the flying move. Zahir, give him a grab where he just takes the air out of somebody's throat. Even though that's kind of graphic, so it probably won't be put in a kid's game. But still, put Zahir in the game expeditiously. I need, bro. Speaking of Avatar: The Last Airbender, another character that can act as the villain, technically, for the regular Avatar: The Last Airbender series, villain slash friend. Obviously, I want Zuko. We don't have a firebender. Korra has like one firebending move, but if they put Zuko in, we'll hit all 4 elements. You know, we'll have Aang for, no, we'll have Zahir for air. Technically, have Korra for water, Toph for earth, and we need Zuko in the game, bro. You already know we need Zuko, and he'll have some sword fighting style stuff, and also they can like, cause the reason that Aang is like mostly airbending in this one is because it's supposed to be them at the beginning of their series, which I guess makes sense. So they could have the beginning of the series Zuko and then also have a costume for him by book 3. So it could work. It could work really well, and I know everybody would rock that book 3 costume because that's the Zuko we all know and love. They can give him some firebending techniques, and they can also maybe give him a sword because he is a master with the sword play. I would love to see Zuko in the game. Next character I want in, who is technically not a Nickelodeon character, but his show was on Nickelodeon. I want Poe, bro. I want Poe. If they can figure out something with DreamWorks, to get Poe in the game, because technically he did have a show on Nickelodeon. This is going to be a tough one to do, but I would really love to see Poe inside of Nick All-Star Brawl 2. I know he'd be a perfect fit. He has an amazing fighting style. I know he got something to do with Dumpling. I would love to see a Skadoosh. That'd be so fire. Next character that I want, and I'm making a claim right now, the greatest master, the greatest teacher, the greatest sensei in not only animated, in all of fiction, Master Splinter. Okay, to finish off the TMNT roster, because we got them all. We got all 4 turtles. We have April. We have Shredder. Might as well finish off with Master Splinter, bro. I know we have an amazing fighting style. They're taking it from the old version of the TMNT. He could have the sword in the cane, like some iterations have had of him. I think it'd just be super cool, bro. I would love to see Master Splinter in the game, especially. Oh my gosh, it'd just be so fun. He'd be a main pick. He'd be a main pick. And my last character that I want to see in this game is definitely a sleeper pick for sure. Tough Puppy. Now, not everybody was around for Tough Puppy. He was really mostly on Nicktoons, okay? But anybody who watched Nicktoons know who Tough Puppy is, bro. And my boy was the GOAT. He's literally got that dog in him, okay? Mostly because he is one. But that's besides the point. If they put Tough Puppy in this game, I know he just have a fire moveset. I gotta rewatch the show to really know like what can they do with his kit. But I know he'd be something special. He'd be something special. It'd be kind of weird though seeing him in 3D. But yeah, if they put him in the game, we'll see how that works out. So those are my characters that I want to see inside of Nick All-Stars Brawl 2. And then let's just finish off the video by talking about the price of the game. And it's going for a whopping $50. Now, how do I feel about this? It's $10 cheaper than the first game was, which is good, but not cheap enough. I feel like the price of the game really hurt it when it was coming out, because once it dropped and then people didn't want to give the game a chance because it was a lot of money and they didn't know if the game was going to be good or not. So when the game came out and people found out that the game wasn't good, they just said, yeah, I'm not going to buy it at all, especially with this steep ass price. So having the game be $50 isn't helping them out either. If they would have dropped the price to like 20, 30 maybe, I could see it getting a lot more sales. I'm not saying the game should go free to play, but they should definitely try to work on a cheaper price. Well, I guess it's too late for that now because people can pre-order the physical copies and digital copies will come out later in fall. So I guess the price is the price, even though it is a flaw, unfortunately. And then also they already confirmed that there's going to be a DLC roster. Now the DLC pass is $25, which I find very strange because the DLC roster is only going to have 4 characters. At least that's what it says on the website. But $25 for 4 characters, that's $6 a character, which is already more than the original game, which had the DLC characters for $5. And also, this is the pass we're talking about. That means the characters are going to be more expensive if you just buy the character by itself. So what are we looking at, like $8, $9, $10 for one character? This price change seems really weird for me. And I know they just didn't bump it up to $25. $5 for each character and $5 for the SpongeBob skin that also comes with the pass. So I hope they mess around with this price a little. But they're probably not going to be able to do that either. All right. But I'm happy to see this game thriving. I know this game has a fan base somewhere. It has a fan base somewhere. Somebody likes this game. Somebody somewhere likes this game, and there's going to be a lot of people who will buy the second version just to check it out. Not me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait. You know what I'm waiting for? Multiverses to come back. And speaking of which, that's why I really care and I really love to see this game coming back and thriving in a new year, because it gives me so much hope for Multiverses. Because if a game like Nick All-Stars Brawl, which did 10 times worse than Multiverses would ever do, come back like this with so much positivity surrounding it, I know the comeback from Multiverses is going to be insane. But with that being said, I'm going to end off the video here. I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. This was going to be another short one. I like this style of content as usual. But I'm really excited to see what happens when the game drops. I'll do another video when they pull out the full roster for the game. And with that being said, that's going to be all. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget to tell your mother you love her. I'm going to see you guys later. Shambas.